I salute the day. I'm not saluting necessarily the greatness in the day. I'm saluting the greatness in you. Now, on to the point today. I'm running outside today, and it's cold, no doubt. But compared to what it was yesterday, it is downright warm out here. My feet still numb. I'm sore a little bit, but not like yesterday. And it's funny how life has a way of throwing things into perspective for us. And saying that, I'm going to get into what I want to talk about today. We just came out of the Kwanzaa season, and I'm going to run through the principles. One is important. They are important. Two, I have a book called The Player's Pyramid that uses the principles. So I like to stress the principles because they're personal principles that I use. So we're going to talk about giving yourself permission to practice unity. Now, but I don't want us to look at unity in a way that everybody appears to be talking about unity. Unity to a lot of people that I run into is about you getting along with others, with other people out there, with other things, and being unified with the universe and the stars. And all that is beautiful. And all that is something that we can work to. But the type of unity that I want us to focus on today, the type of unity I want you to give yourself permission to practice today is this. Unity of self. Now, in GYP definition, self is the absolute, complete, and perfect qualities of a being that are not defined by external circumstances. I always mix up that last part, but don't worry about it. I got it posted on 1,000 different places. But basically, the self is composed of different parts, and each of these parts are experiencing life, and we have to recognize that. The mental self is experiencing life different than the emotional self. And the emotional self is experiencing life different than the spiritual self. And the spiritual self is experiencing life differently than the physical self. And the physical self is experiencing life different than the intuitional self. Now, basic vocabulary. You have IMESP, the 5 aspects of the human being. Intuitional, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. Now, we talk about trying to unify everything else outside of us and trying to work along with people. But you got a war roaring within yourself. Have you tried and strived to work to unify those 5 beings within yourself? And I'm not talking about schizophrenia. We all know the struggle that we have with our emotions. We all know the struggle we have with our mind. We all know the struggle we have with our spirit and our body. We all know this. We know that we doubt our intuition. What I'm challenging you to do, and what I'm calling you in order so that you can reach out and grab what is truly yours, is to practice unity first within you. Can you unite your intuition with your mental and your emotional and your spiritual and your physical quality? Can you bring all these things together within you? Because when you are able to focus all that energy into that's in you, you become who you really was meant to be. And all that energy is focused through the lens that you call you. And the power that erupts up out of that is so intense and so powerful that there's nothing that can stop. There's nothing that can stop you from doing what you want to do. This is Brother Hatem, and I almost lost my time. And I'm saying peace. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out my other shows. Be sure to check out my blog at www.gyamyjourney.com. Look on the top tab. Got all links to all my books, links to all my blogs, links to all my podcasts. Another Mile 3 is coming. On Mile 3 is coming soon. So stay tuned. And with that, I say peace, and I pray that your day is as beautiful as you are. With that, I say peace.
What makes a business a business? It's not the circumstances of a world that woke up on the wrong side of the bed that year, that decade. It's the everyday entrepreneur ready to put themselves out there. We're all sailing against the wind right now, but we will make it to shore. It's been done before, and we will do it again.
To help you get started, we're offering websites, marketing tools, and guidance all for free. Learn more at GoDaddy.com.
What makes a business a business? It's not the circumstances of a world that woke up on the wrong side of the bed that year, that decade. It's the everyday entrepreneur ready to put themselves out there. We're all sailing against the wind right now, but we will make it to shore. It's been done before, and we will do it again.
To help you get started, we're offering websites, marketing tools, and guidance all for free. Learn more at GoDaddy.com.
Great day, great day. Good morning. Good morning. What have you released from your life today? What have you released so that you can allow something new into your life? Once again, I say good morning from a journey standpoint for those who's been following me. And also I say great day because I want you to go out and achieve greatness on this day. Greatness doesn't just happen just one, there's one random event. Greatness is something that we work towards. So every day, those of you on the journey, we're moving one step towards greatness. So here we go. Now, yesterday I spoke about unity. Today I'm going to talk about self-determination. Now, those of you that know that we're to know that I will, you'll recognize I'm going to be doing some things different because I had to adjust the principal system, and I'll call it the Millennium 7. So today we're talking about self-determination. And the most important part of this, especially with what I've been dealing with this week, is the ability to define yourself for yourself. Being able to define yourself. A lot of people get caught up in just the words and what people call you or how people look at you. But the most important part of that is how you look at and how you define yourself. Part of being a slave, part of being a wage slave, a corporate slave, or just basically a straight out 100% slave is when individuals can define you. That's why when you get into your job, you get a job description. You walk in, they don't let you come in and be you. No, you got to be the person that does A, B, C, and D. I'm paying you for this. You are a worker. You are a slave. Part of being a slave is being defined. So now when we want to start taking our life back, when we want to start taking control of our life, we have to start writing our own descriptions of who we are. Like you got a job description, I want you to define who Lewis is. I want you to define who Kwame is. I want you to define who you are. So that when you introduce yourself to the world, you can introduce yourself properly. You can introduce yourself as an individual that has took time to define themselves. When you define something, that's when you have the power. It ain't just in being able to name something. It's what you call, what you are able to define it as. And when it comes to you shaping your reality, we have to start learning how to start defining what happens to us. When something that other people will look at as bad happens to you, you have to be able to step back and define it for yourself and not for everybody. There's a quick story that I had that I ran into before about an old man who lost his horse, and his friends came around. They said, "Oh man, that's horrible. You lost your horse." He said, "We should see." And his horse ran out and came back with a whole herd of wild horses. And he said, "Oh my God, you're so lucky." And he said, "Yeah, we should see." Okay. And so one of his sons got on a horse, one of the wild horses, and the horse bucked him off, and he fell down. He broke his leg. And his friend came back and said, "Oh, man, that's so unfortunate." And the old man said, "We shall see." So the military is about to wage a campaign in the war, and they come through all the villages taking the children. But because his son's leg was broke, the military didn't take his son. And they said, "Oh, you're so lucky." The man said, "We shall see." See, this man wasn't waiting for and listening to what other people define his lot in life as. First off, he had a wait and see attitude. Second off, he was allowing things to unfold so that he could define them for himself. He wouldn't just react to something. He didn't look at the herd of horses coming as a blessing. He didn't look at his son falling off as a curse. He didn't look at the horse running away as a blessing or a curse. He just sat there, in a sense, and sat still and allowed himself to get some perspective so that he could look at it from an outside angle. And when we start defining our lives, what we want to do is kind of sometimes remove ourselves out from the center so that we could look at what's going on as a whole, so that we could get a clear idea, so that we could start defining the things that's going on for us in our lives. So now, this is Brother Hatim. I said I'll keep this to 5 minutes, and I'd like to thank y'all for listening. Be sure to check out my other shows on my 3. I did one last night. I did a GYP journey yesterday. We got another Magic Hour coming out soon. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be doing a Freestyle Friday, and I might be doing something tonight. So if you would, please follow. I'd like to thank all those followers, and with that, I say peace, and I pray that your day is as beautiful as you are. Peace. Great day. Good morning. And once again, I ask, what have you put away from your life? Morning. Good morning. And a great day. This is Brother Hatim coming at you again with another session 9 actually, of Give Yourself Permission. Yesterday, I talked about determination, self-determination. And I'm going to take a different lean on where I was going and use another term. Now, to do something, you take time.
We expect a lot from our homes. They're more than a place to hang your hat. They're where you try your hand at gardening and new recipes. Rest and recharge. Work and play. And that's why at Home Advisor, we're committed to keeping your home up and running. Whether you need to repair an overloaded appliance or you're looking to create a backyard retreat worthy of a summer staycation, use the Home Advisor app, day or night, and we'll find a local pro to get the job done right. Whatever you need, we'll do everything to fix your everything. Download the Home Advisor app today to get started.
All right, this brother, I tell him to continue with where I left off. Sometimes this funk don't. Well, I still suggest to everybody to get a Spreaker account. But anyway, so as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, that we start with the respect, the internal respect, respecting ourselves, and to truly respect ourselves, not just be nice and kinder to ourselves, not just kiss our reflection in the mirror. We have to really take a deep second look, because when we look at the word respect means to look again. So a lot of times I want you to, those of you on the journey, I want you to take some time today and step back and really look at yourself. Not just at how you look, not just at how your hair done, not just on what you got on, not just at your jewelry, not just at your makeup. I want you to step back and look at you. I want you in the mirror exercise, when you're giving yourself permission this morning, I want you to really look at you. And I want you to look at the marvelous creation that is standing before you in that reflection. I want you to truly respect yourself. I want you to take time to reflect on who you really are. I want you to relook at why you was born. I want you to relook at what you're supposed to be doing. Because there's no way we're going to really ever give anyone or anything proper respect if we do not properly respect ourselves. And most of us have not taken the time. Most of us have not sat down and really looked at who we are. Now, we may have looked at our name on our birth certificate, and we may have aligned ourselves with who was born, and we may have done the numerology, but have we really, really looked at ourselves? Today, I want you to give yourself permission to be respected and to respect others. I want you to give yourself permission to respect yourself. Because from that self-respect and from that self-love, the thing that's going to grow is going to be so beautiful and so powerful that other people are going to be affected. Other people is going to feel the light of your love. Other people is going to feel they're going to feel you look again. This has been Brother Hatim. I'm outside in the snow. And I'm going to have a great day. I want you to have a great day. I'm trying to mourn something right now. So, you know, send your brother some energy. And I'll send you some. And I pray that your day is as beautiful and wonderful as you are. And those of you that take the time to really listen to my show, I truly, truly, truly appreciate you. And like I said, this is all you. So let's get out there and get it. With that, say peace. Peace. It's Brother Hatim, and I'm on not my fault. Just give yourself permission. Now, I took off today. I woke up kind of late. It's Saturday. I did my meditation and I started running. And my energy wasn't where I really wanted to be. So instead of doing a 8 or a high 7-minute mile, I ended up doing a 10-minute mile. And I was kind of frustrated with myself. But then I thought about what I was supposed to be talking about today. Because now we're moving in through the Millennium 7. We're moving through these principles, and the principle that just happened to come up today is gratitude, being grateful, showing gratitude. And as I was running, kind of being hard on myself, I finally relaxed, decided to start taking it easy and just embrace where I was, because there's many people that can't get up and run. There's many people who want to run but just don't have the willpower to do it. It's some people who don't have the ability to see the things that I see or hear the sounds that I'm hearing, or can even afford a cell phone to run and listen to while I'm running and keep track. Some people who don't have anybody to talk to or a means to really express themselves. Some people that don't even have the freedom to do some of the things that I do. Some people who didn't have the luxury of being able to sleep in on Saturday. And I started thinking about this whole piece of me and gratitude. And the conclusion I came to was, shut up, Hatim, and be grateful for where you are and what you have. And many of us give away our power in this way by not being grateful for what we have. I'm not saying be satisfied and just stay stuck. But what I'm saying is be grateful for what you have. Look into your life situation, look into your life story, and find those things that you could be grateful for and magnify those things. Because a lot of times the things that we are ungrateful for are the things that take center stage in our conversations, take center stage in our lives, take center stage in our relationships, and they tear all those things up when it would be healthier for us to look at the things that we are grateful for. So today I want you to give yourself permission to be grateful. I want you to reach down into yourself as you look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, I am grateful. I give myself permission to be grateful. And look at all the things that you have to be grateful about and skip over all the things that may be causing you problems now. And even take some time to look into some of the problems that you have and see where you could get some, where you could show some gratitude in there. Now, the root word of gratitude is grace. And grace is an undeserved favor. So now, as we are practicing gratitude, we also can practice receiving and giving grace. It's it's a power in that. It's a power in once you start giving and receiving gracefully, that empowers you and gives you the ability to not only overcome your issues, but to at least shine a light from you that other people can see that no matter how bad their issues are, there's always something that can come. There's always a betterment that can be found. When we become grateful for where we are and what we have, it gives us power. And I want you to give yourself to practice gratitude. Give yourself permission to practice gratitude today. Be grateful. If you can't do nothing but just for the day, just be grateful throughout the day. Now, this has been Brother Hatim. This is Give Yourself Permission hashtag. If you heard something you like, hashtag it, send it out. I'm going to go to my website and update this right now. And I want to thank you for your time and the blessing that you have given me. This is session 10. We had a milestone, y'all. We done made 10 of them. If you've been listening to all 10 of these, you should start seeing some results in your life. Well, my fault. If you have listened and applied some of these things that we've been talking about over the last 10 days, you should begin seeing some results because this is our year. So with that, Brother Hatim says peace, and you have a beautiful day. And I pray that your day is as beautiful as you are. Because remember, your day can't be more beautiful than you are. So if you are not beautiful, then I don't know what type of day you're going to have. I would prefer to have a beautiful day. So be your beautiful self. And with that, I say peace. Good morning in the journey's usual mantra. Good morning. What have you released and what have you started to embrace? What are you grateful for? And great day. This is Brother Hatim coming to you with session 11. Now, when I woke up this morning, my body wasn't feeling it. My eyes open at 4, but nothing else would move. 4:30, nothing else would move. 5 o'clock, nothing else would move. I told myself I'd get up at 5:30. Nothing would move. As a matter of fact, next time I opened my eyes, it was 7. Then 7 moved to 7:30. And then finally, I was able to push myself up. And we often run into issues like this, where our mind is willing, but our body is not, or our body is willing, or our mind is not, or our body and our mind is willing, but our emotions are not, or our body and our mind and our emotions are willing, but our spirit is not, or the intuition is telling you not, you shouldn't do it. And we need to start learning how to listen to all these elements, but we need to get all these elements of ourselves, the intuition, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical are lined up. And as I told you before, when we start aligning them, we become powerful beyond our imagination. Now, let's move on to what we need to cover today. And one of the things that I was thinking about, how I was going to bring across this next principle, because after gratitude, we move to purpose. Purpose, which is a favorite principle, is a favorite catchphrase for everyone out there. But one of the things that I'm noticing is, as I move through life, I'm noticing people are on holding patterns. And let me explain. Once, when I was flying to another country, I don't know where I was flying. The plane was circling around the city, and I asked the stewardess, I said, why don't we just land? And the stewardess said, we can't land now, sir. We are in a holding pattern, and we are waiting for permission to land. You're waiting for permission to land. A lot of us are like that plane. We are in a holding pattern, and we're circling our life. We're not really involved with it. We're surviving. We're circling our life. We're circling our purpose, and we're waiting for permission from the tower to land. And we keep listening to the radio, hoping that someone will recognize that we are in this holding pattern. And at the whole time that we are in this holding pattern, physically, we are being wore out. Mentally, we are being wore out. Emotionally, we are being drained. Spiritually, we are being worn out. And physically, we are being worn out. And our intuition is telling us this is not what we are supposed to be doing. And we keep sending and asking for permission from the tower, not realizing that you are the person inside the tower. The only thing keeping you from landing and living your life on purpose and in purpose, the only thing that's stopping you from landing in your purpose and doing your purpose is you. You're waiting for permission from someone else to give you so that you can do what you were supposed to be doing in the first place. This is Brother Hot Tim telling you. This is me telling you, reaching out to you and telling you, get out the holding pattern. You can give yourself permission to land. Land your plane and begin to live your life. Land yourself and begin to live your life. Land in your purpose. Purpose means reason. And the important thing about reason is this. With a reason, you can do anything. This is why purpose is so important. When we identify our purpose and when we start moving in our purpose, we start seeing mountains move. We start seeing paths where there was no path before. Miracles begin to blossom in our lives when we start living on purpose, in our purpose, immersed in our purpose. So today I want you to look in the mirror and give yourself permission to find and to live your purpose on purpose. This is Brother Hot Tim, and I told you I'll keep these down to 5 minutes. I'm a little bit over. You have a beautiful day. Check out my other shows. I have a new magic hour out for those that like hip hop and want to explore. I have a new Mile 3 that just came out, I think, on Tuesday or Thursday. My fault. I did a Freestyle Friday. Check that out. And I'm gonna be doing a blog because I'm gonna have to start getting back into the blogging thing. But this is Brother Hot Tim, praying that your day is as beautiful as you are. Give yourself permission.
What makes a business a business? It's not the circumstances of a world that woke up on the wrong side of the bed that year, that decade. It's the everyday entrepreneur ready to put themselves out there. We're all sailing against the wind right now, but we will make it to shore. It's been done before, and we will do it again.
To help you get started, we're offering websites, marketing tools, and guidance all for free. Learn more at GoDaddy.com.
What makes a business a business? It's not the circumstances of a world that woke up on the wrong side of the bed that year, that decade. It's the everyday entrepreneur ready to put themselves out there. We're all sailing against the wind right now, but we will make it to shore. It's been done before, and we will do it again.
To help you get started, we're offering websites, marketing tools, and guidance all for free. Learn more at GoDaddy.com.
Great day, great day, great day. Good morning. What have you released today? This brother Hatim coming at you with Give Yourself Permission. And today after my run, I'm feeling kind of tight in my lower back and in my hips, but like I said, I'm moving through, so I don't have to run as fast. So I can run and just pace myself a little bit slower, and I'm gonna slow down the pace maybe tomorrow to give my body a rest. But I just want to keep in constant motion so that I can continue bringing this information to you, because the rules of this show is that unless I do my meditation for at least 10 minutes and run at least a mile, I can't do the show for that day. So and I'm amped about the show. And yesterday we did purpose. Now we're gonna move to creativity. Give yourself permission to unleash your creativity. Give yourself permission to be creative. Give yourself permission to create. Creativity is a very important principle moving into this new paradigm that we're moving into. And I'm not just talking about no spiritual stuff. I'm talking about in life in general. If you have been following the news, the technological news, you know that they got drones that's going to be delivering goods. They got cars that drive themselves. They got self-healing clothes. They got 3D printers. They got clothes that don't get wet anymore. So we're moving into a time where we are going to have to learn how to create. We're going to have to learn how to add value to things that already exist. And we are going to have to go inside and unleash our creativity. And part of doing this is, one, getting in tune with who we are. Like I said, align those 5 parts of the self. The intuition, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical. We need to learn how to link all 5 of those things together so that we can pull on this internal energy that we have in ourselves and unleash our creativity, because we're moving into a time where there will be no jobs like we are used to today. We look at the schools. In a minute, you will have one teacher for every 100 students, because the way they're going to be using these iPads and stuff, they privatize in the schools. They're going to have robots. It's going to be able to do a lot of the basic skills that we do, like working at McDonald's, maybe even as prison guards. So we're going to have to come up with more creative ways to be able to add value and to create opportunities for ourselves. When we plug into our creativity, we're plugging into something much bigger than ourselves. We're plugging into something much older than ourselves. Well, actually not ourselves, but much older than us in this incarnation right now. And we pull on the wisdom of the universe. We pull on the wisdom of the Creator. We pull on the wisdom of our ancestors. And we unleash something new into the world. We take time and we participate in the process of creation and destruction, which is a very powerful process, which means that in some form of fashion, we take absolutely nothing and bring something into reality. And it's not no hocus pocus. It's a lot of work that goes into this. A lot of mental focus. Is a lot of emotional focus. There's a lot of physical work that goes on with this. But we got to realize that it is available to us. See, because in the place that America is in today, we don't need another generation of job seekers. We need a generation of job creators. Actually, we don't even need the generation that's coming. We need this generation. We need my generation and below. We need individuals who are into creating jobs. This means we have to pull on our creativity now, because if we don't start pulling on it now, as the world shifts, we're going to lose our place. And as we lose our place, as we start losing our place, we're going to fall back into a hole that we are working ourselves out of right now. So today I want you to give yourself permission to be creative. Be creative in how you look at your purpose. Be creative in how you look at your job for now. Be creative and come up with some new idea that you are going to go and work and bring to fruition. A new idea. Give yourself permission to be creative. Give yourself permission to create. This is Brother Tim. I'd like to thank you for joining me, for give yourself permission and give yourself permission to be great. And I pray that your day is as beautiful as yours. Peace. Good morning. Once again, I ask you, what have you released over the night? What will you mourn today so that you can move towards your greatness and great day? This is Brother Tim coming with you with Give Yourself Permission. And we finally made it to session 13. And on session 13, we're going to cover the last of the Millennium 7, the new Millennium 7. And it's trust. The word is trust. And when you trust in something, you believe, you have faith in. And of course, if you've been following the logic of the show, if you've been following the thought lines that I've been laying out for you, you understand that first, I'm not going to tell you to have trust in somebody outside yourself or something outside yourself. I'm going to tell you that the most important trust is to have trust for yourself. Trust within yourself. Trust. You must trust yourself. We all have been given a purpose. We all, in some form or fashion, have a vision. The vision may have been clouded by the madness of life, but it's there. And we got to dig down, we got to find it. But once we find this purpose and once we get this vision, we have to have trust in ourselves to carry it through. We have to have trust. We have to have faith. We have to have belief in who we are. We have to have trust in what the Creator or whatever you believe in has put in you. There's been a lot of investment in you. In one of my talks, I talk about I am the conspiracy, and the piece that I need you to understand is that you are the conspiracy of millions of people and a higher power. They all schemed just for you to be here this moment. So you have to have trust in your destiny. You have to have trust in yourself. You have to have trust in your abilities. And you have to develop that trust. And how do you develop that trust in your abilities, in your skills? You practice. You practice. Everybody don't have to see you practice, but you have to get out there and you have to practice. You have to practice using your skill. You have to practice. You got to practice that skill. You got to put it to work so that you can develop the trust in it. Trust is something that we just can't necessarily just sit down and get somebody. We have to, in a sense, measure a tree by the fruit that it bears. Now, that's why when I talk about trust now, we're going to move it a little bit outside of ourselves. We have trust in ourselves. We have trust in our teachers, our ancestors, our Creator. We have trust in those things. Now, when I say teacher, I'm not just necessarily talking about those teachers that you sit up in school with at the board. You trust those individuals who have invested some of their life energy into you. Your teachers. A teacher invests life energy into you. A teacher helps you find your answer. A teacher does not give you your answers. So you have to when you find a teacher, you have to have that trust in that teacher. If the teacher is giving you answers, then you might need to run. The teacher need to give you things to think about so that you can find an answer for yourself. So find someone that you can trust to help move you to where you want to go. A coach, a teacher, call them what you want. Now, this is the last piece of trust. We have to be wise enough to, going back to what I said earlier, learn to judge a tree by its fruit. So now when we start building our circle around us, because all of you, as we move towards this successful year, we're going to start building teams. So we're going to have to start having people around us. Trust what you see and what people do as you start selecting people for your team. Don't trust in necessarily just your feelings about them. Trust in what they do and trust in what you see them produce. We don't want you just going out here and blindly just throwing your trust around, because what's going to happen is then you going to stay stuck. See, because a lot of times we start putting trust in the wrong things because the five parts of us are out of line. And because they're out of line, we don't know really where to put the trust. So let's start with first trusting ourselves, then developing more trust within ourselves by perfecting our skill, by learning to use our skills. And then from there, we can move outward, finding a coach, finding a teacher to help push it towards the next level. We got trust in our ancestors. We got trust in our Creator. And last but not least, as we start building our team, we start learning to trust what we see in people as far as what they produce. We want to judge the tree by its fruit. And as they say, a good tree produces good fruit. A bad tree produces bad fruit. And a good tree does not produce bad fruit, and a bad tree does not produce good fruit. So we need to understand that and start using that and start applying and start giving our trust to those people who are going to be able to carry through on what we start out as working on, whether it's a personal relationship, whether it's a business relationship, or whatever. This is Brother Hatim. I want to pray that your day is as beautiful as you are, and you have a marvelous, magnificent, and glorious, great day. Give yourself permission to trust yourself. Give yourself permission to trust. This is Brother Hatim. With that, I say peace. Great day. Great day. Good morning. This is Brother Hatim coming at you again with giving yourself permission. And those that are new, we are giving ourselves permission in 2014 and beyond to move to a different level of living. Economically, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, we are moving. And I'd like to welcome all of you. Great day. Now, the rules of the show are very simple. I have to run a mile and do at least 10-minute meditation before I do the show. I'm done with the meditation. I'm done with the mile, and here I am. So today, I want you to give yourself permission to learn something new. Take time out your busy schedule and learn something new. Learn something new about yourself, of course. Learn something new about a close friend. Learn something new about somebody you're in a relationship, a close personal relationship with. Learn something new about a family member, a historical family member. Learn something new about a historical figure. Something new. Because the powerful thing about learning, about becoming a student, when we become a student, we have to humble ourselves. And that humbleness is a very powerful thing because it opens us up. Because once we start opening up and learning one thing, we tend to start seeing more things. For those of you that are too busy, but I ain't got time to be learning. I'm too old, blah, 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 blah. The day moved too fast. There's books on MP3 now. There's books on tape that you can listen while you drive into work. But take time to learn because it builds you up. It gives you information. I started reading or listening to books that I would never have opened up if I didn't get them on MP3. I'm learning about economics right now. I learned a little bit about silver. I'm learning about diet. I'm learning about running. Those of you that's trying to lose weight, study about the human body and study your body. What is it that you can do? What is it that you shouldn't do? You know what I'm saying? Look at your sleep pattern. Study. When you start studying, you start opening yourself up for the universe to talk to you. Many of us are missing our opportunities because we refuse to give ourselves permission to study, and because we're not studying what's going on around us, we're missing our opportunities. And most of the time, I'm going to say all the time, blessing come as opportunity. When you miss the opportunity, even though it might seem hard, when you miss the opportunity, you let the blessing go. You give the blessing away to someone else. So don't give away the blessing because you're too old or you think you know everything. And that's a whole nother piece we got to get out of. Even in our career fields, there's always something new we can learn. There's always somebody we could learn from. Even somebody new, because sometimes people with a new view or something, sometimes people who are dealing with a situation or an idea and it's new and they're new to the field, they bring a perspective that field may have been missing for a long time. People from the outside, that's why they call it cross-fertilization. When somebody from one area of study starts working in another field, so he or she brings a whole new packet of information, a whole new view of the world that helps this one view expand and grow. Cross-fertilization of ideas. Be open up. Open yourself up to the world. Open yourself up to the universe, because the world is a lot bigger than you think. And the universe is definitely bigger than you think. And you're limiting yourself. You're limiting your own growth by not taking the time to learn. Give yourself permission today to learn something new. Learn about yourself. Learn about the earth. Learn about your family and friends. Learn about the stars. Learn about economics. Learn about politics. Just take the time to learn something and watch as your world starts to open up, because we can't claim 2014 if we're not willing to open up and start learning. We got to show that humbleness. So if you're not going to be able to learn from these books and learn from people, how are you going to be able to learn from the coming year? How are you going to be able to learn from the present moment that you can't really necessarily see or touch, in a sense? You know what I'm saying? When you can't learn from stuff that's sitting right in front of you. This present moment is teaching us and preparing us to walk into our time. But we're not learning because we don't know how to learn. We've forgotten. And learning takes practice. Learning is a skill. So give yourself permission to learn. This is Brother High Tim. Once again, I'm a little bit over, but I'd like to thank you for taking the time, for checking me out. Feel free to follow me on Google+, GYP Journey. Go to GYPJourney.com. You can check out my books. Follow me on Facebook, GYP Journey, of course. All right. With that, Brother High Tim says peace. And you spell High Tim HA2TIM. If you want to follow me on Twitter or look for me on Facebook or Google+. With that, I say peace.
It's a different world right now. How we live, work, and learn has changed. We're home more, online more. And at Post University, we understand all online experiences are not the same. We've been providing online education for 20 years and have graduated thousands of students. With our advanced technology platform and a support team with the expertise of more than 2,000 faculty and advisors to assist you, this is what online is meant to be. Text degree to 4747 today to learn more. It's a different world right now. How we live, work, and learn has changed. We're home more, online more. And at Post University, we understand all online experiences are not the same. We've been providing online education for 20 years and have graduated thousands of students. With our advanced technology platform and support team, with the expertise of more than 2,000 faculty and advisors to assist you, this is what online is meant to be. Text degree to 4747 today to learn more.
Good morning and great day. Late, but I'm feeling great. I started off a little bit slower this morning, and I want to apologize to those that was waiting at 5:30, because that is usually the time that I do the show. But the show is on, it's up, and it's popping. But listen, this morning, after my on mile 3 last night, it's important that we take it a little bit further. Last night I talked about, are you a passive noun or active verb in your life? And as I was waking up this morning and getting ready to get out, finishing up my meditation, it started ringing in my head, what we're going to talk about today. And I started thinking about forgiveness. And I'm calling this forgive so that you can live. Give yourself permission to forgive so that you can live. Because many of us, or what I have noticed, build up who we are, not on the positive aspects of our lives, but a lot of times on the negative side of life. We define ourselves by our struggles, and we hold on to these struggles, at least it appears to me. And in holding on to those struggles, we hold on to the regret, we hold on to the anger, we hold on to the sadness, we hold on to the sorrow. We have not yet claimed victory and moved forward. We have not forgiven. And I think for us to move in full force in 2014, we got to learn to forgive so that we can live. When you forgive, first it starts inwards. We forgive ourselves for those things that we could not control. Yes, people are upset with themselves because things happen in their life that they have absolutely no control of it. You could not control what your father did. You could not control what your mother did or what they are doing now. You could not control the neighborhood you was born in. You could not control the people around you. You could not control a majority of the events that affected you as a child. But many people use these as touchstones for their life, and they're ruining their life because they're holding on to this anger at themselves. They haven't forgiven themselves. They haven't let go. They haven't claimed victory, because if you are sitting here listening to me now, you have overcome and you have victory, and you just don't recognize it. You have not forgiven yourself. How can you hold yourself? You wouldn't hold anybody else accountable in the way that you hold yourself accountable. You would not hold anybody else responsible for what their father did to them or what their mother did to them, but yet you do that to yourself. Many of you parents have not forgiven yourself for some of the decisions that some of your grown children and even some of your younger children have made. Learn to forgive yourself. Let go. Claim victory. You have overcome. You are able to stand up, or you are able to look yourself in the mirror and forgive yourself. Once you forgive yourself, you unlock an energy that will flow out of you that will bring joy to you and will make your life a lot better. Then when you forgive yourself, you can forgive others. You can move forward in your life as a new being, as a self-recreated being. Part of this forgiveness, the heat from the forgiveness helps forms and shape us, because I'm not saying that we shouldn't have the anger and that we shouldn't have the sorrow and that we shouldn't have to deal with it. But those are just, in a sense, initiation points. They are not points of permanence. You do not have to confine yourself to the hell that you may have built for yourself because of some things you could not control. And for those things that you could control that you did, still forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and seek forgiveness. When you do this, trust me, life will be better for you. And on top of that, you'll be standing with me at the end of 2014 talking about this was my year. Now let's move into infinity. This is Brother Hatim. I'm saying, give yourself permission to forgive so that you can live. And you are tuned in to giving yourself permission. Check out my other blog, my blog at GYP.com. Also check out my other radio shows. I got a Freestyle Friday coming up. I got the Magic Hour for those that like hip hop, raw, uncut. And I also have Folk Tales for Grown Folks, which I'm going to be updating soon. And then also I have On Mile 3. So this is Brother Hatim. I'm saying peace. Also find me on Twitter, HA2, HA2TIM, and also on Facebook, H Hatim. Just look up Hatim, HAA or HA2. If you type that in, Google me, you'll find me. And this is Hatim. I'm a little bit over, but I'm going to say peace, and I'm going to say thank you to all those that take the time to listen, because I see your hits, and I'm getting a few comments. See, and this is what's beautiful. I didn't get comments last year. I'm getting comments now, and I want to thank you for taking the time to let me know what you think about the show. And with that, I say peace. And may your day be as beautiful as you are.
Behind every company, there's a time-tested engine keeping it moving. After earning his master's in accounting degree online from Grand Canyon University, Isaac's helping drive his client's business forward by identifying efficiencies and building business models. He's become a core team member, keeping clients on budget and ensuring their success. What do you think accounting careers look like? GCU offers over 175 high-quality online programs like this one. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
Beautiful day it is. Great and beautiful day. Good morning. In a journey type of way, what have you released from your life today? Have you been listening? Have you been keeping up? Have you been doing exercises? Have you been going to the mirror and looking at yourself and giving yourself permission? I know many of you say, I already give myself permission, Brother Hatim. Cool, that's cool then. Keep it up. But now I want you to push it above and beyond what you normally give yourself permission to do. Because what we have been giving ourselves permission to do in the past has not been working. So now let's move towards giving ourselves permission to do things that not only will change us, but will change the world. So here we go. Today, what I want to talk about is giving yourself permission to be beautiful. Now, this one here, because every day I try to end my show, or I try to end conversations with, I pray that your day is as beautiful as you are. And you can't have a beautiful day if you're not beautiful. And I want to clarify beauty, because there's a difference between beauty and pretty. See, because many of us get pretty for the day. We get up, we wash up, we make sure we smell right, we make sure our breath is fresh. Ooh. we check our underarms. Ooh, man. And we comb our hair and we brush our teeth. And for some of us, we go extra miles. We mess with our eyelashes, the makeup. We put on a nice outfit, the nice uniform so that we could go to our jobs. And we get pretty for the world. Now, what I want you to do today is to become beautiful for yourself first and then the world. See, beauty is a quality that is not just good to look at. Beauty is a quality that vibrates from within. Beauty is based on internal wisdom. Beauty is based on internal fortitude. Beauty is based on internal qualities that you practice that everybody can see. Pretty is pleasing to the eye. Beauty is pleasing to the soul. And I want you to be pleasing to the soul, not only to your soul, but to other souls. Because when we throw this beauty out into the world, what happens is it feeds others. Yeah, you might not have a lot of money, and you might not be able to give to the charities you want to give to, but you can. Come on out here, Power. You're making all that noise. My dog is been tripping, excuse me, but you can give the world your beauty. And let me ask you this: what is more beautiful than a person or a thing or an animal doing what they were designed to do? Doing what they were designed to do. There's nothing more beautiful than that. Nothing in this universe more beautiful than a person or a being doing what they were born to do. See, many of us become ugly. Many of us become ugly because we deny the internal beauty. Many of us become ugly and not only unpleasing to the soul, but unpleasing to the eye. Not because of how we look, but because how we act and what we vibrate. Now you want to go in. Wow. Go in the house. Go. You go in the house, go in the house. Right now, my dog is exhibiting some ugly qualities, but he old. He deserves to be able to do that. So now, the challenge today is to give yourself permission to be beautiful. And in being beautiful, of course, is going to get back to the other lessons that we had. Finding your purpose. What's more beautiful than a person living on and in their purpose? So, I want you to look in that mirror this morning, and I want you to look deep within your soul and find that beauty. Now, real quick story. I got 6 seconds. All right, it's going to take me longer than that. Once there was a miser. There's an Aesop fables. And this miser went out and buried his gold. And every day he would go over and pleasure over the fact that he buried his gold, not knowing that there was a thief following him. So that night when the miser left his gold to go home, the thief and some of his friends came over and dug it up. When the miser arose that morning and went to his gold, and he looked down in that hole, he started running around screaming and crying, talking about how he's been robbed. I've been robbed. So a farmer who knew the miser and knew the miser's ways looked at him and said, listen, it's okay because you go over there and do the same thing with that hole that you was going to do with that treasure. Absolutely nothing. Many of us have this treasure buried within ourselves that we're hiding from the world, that we are not sharing with the world. That miser was not going to spend that money. That miser was not going to give that money to people who needed it. That miser was not going to put that money in the economy to help the economy go. The miser just wanted to look at the money. The miser just wanted to have the feeling that the money was there. And many of you do your beauty just like that, not knowing that your beauty may be your wealth. Your beauty is part of your wealth. And once you start spreading that beauty, you give other permission to do what they are born to do. And when they start doing what they are born to do, you have a whole team of people around you that are exuding beauty. And what comes to beauty but wisdom and wealth? So this is Brother Tim. I'm saying peace. Quick announcement. For those of you that want to do the meditation with me in the morning, it don't matter whether you do it at 4:30 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning. Meditate. And if you want some inspiration on meditation, you could go to Insight Timer. If you have an Android or an Apple device, you go to the Apple store or you go to the Android store and you could get Insight Timer. It's free. You can get the free version and you could join my community, GYP Meditation Circle, or just look me up, friend me on there so that we can send each other inspirations. And then, because I'm going to talk about that probably tomorrow on the special session, the special weekend session. And also, those of you that want to run with me, get on Runkeeper. Look for me on Runkeeper, and we could work out together. You don't have to run. You can get up and you could do some calisthenics. You get up and do some yoga. All you got to do is put the timer on, and we let each other know when we're doing it. And if we catch it, we can give each other inspiration. We can keep each other motivated by teaming up. See, because making it to greatness, making it above and beyond is not a solitary journey. It starts solitary, but eventually you start running into your crew. And I'm looking for my crew. So with that, Brother Tim is saying peace. I'm 3 minutes over. I apologize. You have a great day. Peace.